Welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. Biggest story coming into this one is what he's been able to do at the plate recently. Absolutely on fire, Siggy.
Yeah, he's been terrific, Boog. Has really made this a dangerous team. His bat's been lethal of late, and it's opening up a lot of opportunities for his teammates, too.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. All right, just about ready for baseball. And towing the slab in this one, Randy Johnson. Singing, he is one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, Boog, he's got some of the best strikeout stuff in the history of the game. Over 4,000 career strikeouts. We'll see how many he's got today.
And now for the Jays, Sean Green.
The right fielder, number 15, Sean Green.
And that's outside. And we're underway. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a man on base to start the inning.
All over that one right there. Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on it. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday. And he blows that one by him at 100.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
Here's a 1-1. And that's in the dirt. Green gets his lead at first with nobody out. Misses the zone and he gets him to chase.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Take your base.
Almost a coin flip for the umpire in that call, but most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
First and second, no outs. So up next for Toronto, Jose Bautista. First pitch doesn't find the zone. First and second, no outs. Here in game 3 of this 4-game series. Next offering is in for a strike. And that one fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. Just held it back there. First and second here. No outs. That one way inside.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Got him swinging. And that is a big first out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Carlos Delgado next up for the Blue Jays. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
One out. Runners at first and second. Swing, and it's popped straight up.
That's an
infield fly called there. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And a big part of it, a guy with a great track record, Jose Bautista.
And boom, he was a force over the last month. An OPS over 1,000. Man, just really dialed in at the plate right now. So capable of doing major damage every time he steps in the box. Tell you what, I always enjoy watching this guy do his thing.
Anthony Santander in the box now. No balls and a strike. Santander launched a homer in his most recent game. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 are left. And now the Red Sox get their turn. No score.
Look at me. Not measuring up how I want to be. Pleased with small things and downgrades. Never had to be.
Back inside Fenway Park, and on the mound today, Bowden Francis.
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub 350 ERA, and you know, guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub 2s, they're dominating, but when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, you know, good season last year, opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even improve. But I tell you what, if this guy's pitching for me and I'm playing in the outfield, I'm loving every minute of it.
Honus Wagner, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Wagner with 4 runs batted in his last game. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball.
I was really impressed with how he came through for the team in that last game, Boog. The all-time leader in 4 RBI games, Lou Gehrig with 101. I'm just a little further down the list, Boog, with 4.
That one the other way. Makes the catch for the out. Check out the Red Sox lineup. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use
Caden, the G.
I think it creates a little.
What is going on? Home slice.
For opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Hank Aaron at the plate and takes high there.
The City Connect Boston Red Sox jerseys with the yellow and the blue. Yeah, they're like, that's the color of the Boston Marathon, so they have those as an alternate. But I think they said they might be getting a green jersey this year.
High fly ball.
They might be getting a green jersey that's like the color of the Green Monster in left field. I know, right? Because they are very bright.
The count 2-1. Fouled off left side.
Watching my Red Sox right now on Sunday Night Baseball. Let's go. Give me that steal, Sadon. He just got on base.
That one off the mark.
Oh, I know. He needs sunglasses on.
At the top of the zone, he knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Yeah, but they're playing again. They're on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN right now.
And the batter now, Ted Williams. Just missed. 2 outs, base is empty. And another ball.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. And that keeps the inning going.
Yeah, they don't ever really do it on purpose in MLB. They never schedule it like that. But sometimes they have to do a doubleheader because of like a rain out. So yesterday's game got rained out, so they didn't play yesterday because it was too rainy. So they played one game in the afternoon today and then one night game today.
That one catches the corner for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. And the Red Sox.
Yeah, it never happens on the video game because even if you pick rain for the weather, they're not going to stop it because obviously it's a video game. But for real life, they don't want the field to get messed up, player safety, that kind of thing.
All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. Johnson back to work. That misses the zone.
You can set it. I tell like them when to steal and whatnot. It's like it's my choice when to steal and whatnot and what pitches.
Because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
I didn't even know he returned from injury. Is today's first day back?
That's in there. 3 balls and a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Count is full.
Oh, dang, that's not cool. You never hope anyone gets hurt.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. 0 for 6 in the series so far. Just missed.
The ball. Outside.
Bichette aboard here at first with nobody out. Off the mark there. And that's ball 2. Freddie Ferguson doing the umpiring duties behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Freddie's a well-respected umpire, Boog. Maybe a little bit more of a pitcher's umpire. He does like to pitch down just below the knees.
That's not good for Cleveland if he's hurt long-term.
In that spot these days.
Late swing fouled off. Bichette goes. Cut on and miss. Throw to second.
Are you talking about the play-in tournament? Yeah, they're not going to be in the play-in tournament if that's what you're talking about.
But unfortunately, it was a good job of execution by the pitcher and the catcher to get that out of the zone and then throw out the runner at second base. Really nice job behind the dish.
Got him looked in. That K is his third of the game.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of...
You're talking about the playing tournament, right?
Dalton Varsho in the box now as he leaves that one open.
Oh, man. Rafaela might have just stole second, but they had a walk, so it didn't count.
In the air to left center, Williams moving under this one. And that is that.
They don't have buys in the playoffs, Caden. Don't be trying to test my knowledge. They don't got buys. They changed that recently. I'm so confused. Don't they play the one seed plays the worst team?
Back in Boston, bottom of the second.
What? That play-in tournament is so screwy. I honestly don't like the play-in tournament. I also don't really like the in-season tournament they do either. I think the NBA is too ahead of themselves. They think like, oh, let's change this before it gets bad. Let's make this more exciting. Bro, it's basketball. It should just be exciting the way it is. Like, oh, we need to make the games matter more, so we'll do an in-season tournament at the start of the season. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what are you talking about? Who cares? Like, it's just so weird. And then they do so that must have something to do with the play-in tournament then. So like, I don't know, man. I just don't get it. Play-in tournaments, then you have those extra teams that wouldn't have normally made it. Now they're facing each other to see who makes it. Let's go, Bregman. Woo.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
So how many teams make it after the play-in? It's an odd number? It's not. It's not an even number.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball.
What kind of shit is that? That's silly. I don't know. I don't like that.
No score here in the second. There's a strike.
That's like, I don't know. In basketball, I guess that could be good for injuries and whatnot. But in basketball, you're used to playing every 2 to 3 days. Sometimes you play in back-to-back days, and then you're just going to not play for like a week. I feel like, is that really an advantage? You get out of rhythm. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, let's go. Red Sox kicking ass.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Here's Andres Jimenez. 2 for 7 in the series so far. First pitch just misses.
1-0.
He swings and fouls one off. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Two outs. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And a pitch. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Bethencourt down to first with it. That completes the strikeout, inning over. We'll move to the third with no score.
You know, I like Karl Anthony Towns. I feel like he's a good player. He can rebound, he can score. I like him.
Bethencourt hitting ninth in today's lineup, and he was born in Panama. Top of the zone for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Isn't the regular season ending soon? Isn't it going to be like, isn't it ending soon?
That's a ball.
Good slider down and in. Can be
If they play the Pistons, I'll probably root for the Knicks. If they play the Bucks, I'll probably root for the Bucks. Although I like the Pistons too, but they're so young. Like, I'm not really going to be rooting for the Pistons just yet. I liked the Pistons when I was your age, maybe.
Good take by him.
I liked the Pistons when they had Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace and Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups and Tayshaun Prince. Bro, I'm on the opposite side of the state. I've never even been to a Knicks game. I've been to as many Knicks games as I've been to Pistons games. I've been to as many Knicks games as I've been to Milwaukee Bucks games. That's 0.
Next up for the Blue Jays, 1 for 1 with a single so far. First pitch misses.
1-0.
I don't even like that side of the state. They make my taxes high. Yeah, I don't think the Pistons are that good. They're up and coming though. They were total trash for the last couple of years. So I'm glad to see they're a little bit better than they were.
Inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
That's towards center. Mays sizing this one up. 2 down.
Now batting, designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He reached out a walk his first time. Right through there for a strike. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. Gathers and throws, and very nicely done for the out. Down in order go the Blue Jays, and we are still scoreless. Back here in Boston, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Jason Varitek. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit.
Yeah, draft's coming up soon. I don't know what the Bills are going to plan on doing. I don't know if they're going to try to trade up or trade back. They usually don't stay, when they're drafting so late like this, they usually don't stay where they've been drafting, though. They either move back or they move up. They do one of the two usually. They don't stay.
And next for the Red Sox, Ozzie Smith. 2 hits in the game last night. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Still tied at 0, last of the third. The shortstop takes the ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay
Yeah, we're drafting too late for that.
Pitch misses there.
I think they might want Nicky Manwari at safety. Or they might want, what's that guy from Michigan, Kenneth Grant, if he's there. But we don't know who's going to be there because we picked so late, so kind of not looking for the top-tier players because those will all be gone. They're only going to move up a maximum of like 5 or 6 spots. They won't move up too much further than that, if they move up at all. They might move back. Yeah, I heard they were looking at that guy from Ohio State. I forgot his name, but I don't know where he's projected to be drafted.
Goes down looking.
I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for
that guy.
anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift in a two-strike.
You think Dolphins will finish last this year? I don't know, man.
Hottest way up next for the Red Sox. 0 for 1 so far.
Could be the Patriots again.
Boston, Massachusetts, Fenway Park.
Ball one, no strikes. Man at first, one away. This one smoked, could be trouble. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Headed for the plate. The relay. The tag, and he's now trying for three. But they do.
That one was a smart play by the computer. I think I would have been safe at home.
He probably should have shut it down at second base and been happy with the double, but it took.
They almost never do that either. They almost, when they throw it there, they almost always throw it home. But they tricked me and they threw it to third. That was smart from the computer.
So digging.
I want to see. I mean, he might have been able to throw me out at home, though, and stop the run from scoring.
Especially on the conference, like he played in.
That's an interesting decision. I almost never see them do that. They almost always throw it home right there when they hit the cutoff man from the outfield. They throw it to the cutoff man. They almost always, like, unless I'm like down here already, they're not going to throw it here.
The biggest change I've seen.
But that's an interesting. I mean, it worked for them. It got them the out, or an out, I should say. And it's early in the game where one run is not a huge difference. So it worked. So.
Now it's just the opposite. The college pros are so advanced.
Hank Aaron. First pitch doesn't find the zone. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the last half of the third.
In Buffalo.
Just missed.
Probably gets more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Buffalo.
Now 3-0. Ted Williams hitting on deck circle.
Apparently we were named after a French. People think we're named after the animal. There were never any buffaloes here. Apparently we're named after a French word because a French guy designed our city a long time ago. And apparently it means Buffalo or Buffalo, however you say it in French, which means beautiful flow because of the Niagara River, I guess is what he named it after, in Niagara Falls. So, interesting little tidbit.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces.
But of course, all the English-speaking people, when they came here, were like, "Ooh, Buffalo, Buffalo. We're gonna make it Buffalo. Sounds like an animal we know."
So when you see somebody who they get the force, that ends the frame. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. 3 innings complete. It's the Red Sox 1 and the Jays nothing. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Need to have a choice in that.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
a blank canvas.
Okay, we're back.
Misses off the plate, and that's ball one.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
Whips it to first. That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
Carlos Delgado.
Now the Toronto four-hole hitter, Carlos Delgado. He popped out his first time. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. One down, base is empty. Hit in the air, left field. Williams makes the grab. And there's two down. Anthony Santander at the plate. Struck out swinging his first time. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And first offering is fouled off. Blue Jays down a run.
What happened?
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. They're down 1-0. Back now at Fenway.
If you're looking at the little like scoreboard thing, it would mean so R is how many runs, H is hits, and E is errors. So errors are plays that should be made on defense. Like so if you're trying to make a great play and you don't make it, it's not an error.
Ramirez.
In the air, out towards left center. And there's one down.
The first baseman, number 34.
David Ortiz up next for the Red Sox. Struck out looking at his first at bat. And that one fouled off. Well, Singy, when you
all right, enjoy it.
Park, I think the first thing that you think about and you picture the Green Monster. What's it like standing there playing with that thing behind you?
Now, I'll tell you this. It is an experience your first time in here if you're playing the outfield with the Green Monster because it plays like no other wall in all of baseball. You really have to pay attention during batting practice, but still a cool place to play. And it was one of my favorites.
Base is empty, one away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. That one misses. 3-1. In front of the Green Monster at Fenway, they used to have Duffy's Cliff, which basically was an angled spot going up to the Monster. That couldn't have been a lot of fun to play in front of. Popped up. Clement. He's got it, and there's two away.
Oh, that's a frustrating into the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Mays stands in now, looks at that one inside. High fly ball out towards left field. And it's over the Monster and off the billboard. Third home run of the season. It's 2-0.
kind of velocity is so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Jimenez stands in now and watches strike one.
I mean, the green monster's enough. You're going to add something else to it. It's like miniature golf or something, but I can only imagine how difficult it was to navigate out there in the outfield.
Missed inside with the curve. Red Sox leading it by 2. The next offering misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. That's through there for a strike. Gets a piece and stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Next offering is downstairs. Jason Varitek on deck for Boston. Red Sox by 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Caught him looking for the K. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Johnson back to work. Pitch misses. Ball 1.
Well, these Blue Jays just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. With just one hit in the game, they're clearly frustrated and searching for answers at this point.
Outside, and it's 3-0.
Thing about frustration, though, it gets you nowhere as a hitter. It's easy to get there, but the best thing you can do is simplify the approach and take things one pitch at a time.
That pitch in for a strike, and it's 3-1. And a foul ball. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
And here is Ernie Clement. Caught looking his first time up. Just missed.
That's the ball.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When she elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. That'll fire up the dugout. It's 2-2. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. When When you have a team that hits home runs at such a high rate, they can get back in the ball game so quickly. That's why that leadoff walk.
Nice.
I'm watching for.
Was extremely costly.
I just cashed that Rafaela stolen base prop.
Got it started a little too early.
I was just reading the game log. They just hit a home run. I was just reading the game log.
Yeah, the third. You gotta get someone else, man. As I said, man, just
35 degrees is cold for a baseball game.
we'll see the replay right now. That's done. Keep the ball down.
But yeah, I just cashed my. I know. I'm probably gonna cash both of my. I did 2 Red Sox to win bets on this tonight, so I'll probably cash both of those. I did a Jaron Duran live for a hit after he was 0-2. I didn't post that one, but he got a hit, so I cashed that one. If I could get a Duran steal, I'd cash that one too. That would be nice. If I can get a Devers home run, I'd sweep them all.
Strike one.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And that's in for a strike.
Hey, doubled up on the off-speed.
Money, 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 money.
But he's working a little
Money.
Just misses. Gonna count 1 and 2.
really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
I watched like the first 6 or 7 seasons or however many they have. I didn't watch all of them. I watched like, I'd say like maybe 70% of the show. I was watching that when I was with my ex, and then we broke up, and I just never got back to watching it. Then I must have watched like 4 of them. I must have watched 3.5 or 4 seasons.
1 ball, no strikes. Fastball for a strike.
Yep, yeah, that one. Surprised you remembered.
And a count 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit on the ground to the right side. Slinging it to first in time.
Yeah, I don't know what I've told you or whatnot.
And now the right fielder, Sean Green, 1 for 2. And that finds the mark on the outside corner.
Come on, Durant, we're on first.
Bases empty.
I think Durant's on first. I say Durant.
And we're at the top of the 5th.
That's Durant.
Strike on the inside corner.
All right, now he may have not
Nah, he doesn't really like basketball too much. He watches it less than I do.
at this point. He's going to bear down and be ready to hit any.
He's a big sports guy. He watches a lot of hockey. Watches.
Zone. Now 1 and 2.
He's more of a movie guy than I am, though. He watches more movie stuff than I do.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Nah, he peeps in on them, but he doesn't watch every Yankees game.
On this homer. 2-2 game.
Nope, he's a Sabres fan.
Back here at Fenway Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Leading off, Jason
for the
Varitek.
Red Sox.
Bro, hockey is the only sport that lets people fight. You got to get into it more. The playoffs are so exciting. The hockey playoffs are the best playoffs in sports.
The catcher, Jason.
Bro, it's the most intense playoffs in sports. All the players are blocking shots, putting their bodies on the line. They're all hitting everybody. They're fighting. There's scrums all the time. Nah, it 100% is. Best playoffs in sports. The best trophy in sports is the Stanley Cup. Man, the Super Bowl is the best singular playoff game or singular event. NFL playoffs are great too. They're single elimination, winner go home. I would rank from the 4 major sports. I would say the playoffs, in my opinion, I would say hockey's first. I would say NFL is second. I would say MLB's third, and I'd say NBA's fourth. I don't know, a lot of times the NBA playoffs are kind of boring to me. A lot of times the favorites just win.
The new pitcher in the game, Eric Swanson. Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him.
The MLB playoffs, you can have a lot of, every pitch is intense, fans are into it, close games, people are standing, making noise. I don't know, but that doesn't mean one is bad, just because it's a ranking of, bro, it's a 1 to 4 ranking from 4 playoffs. It doesn't mean any of them are bad, though. I'm not saying it should be relegated to watching people play chess or checkers on TV. Like, I didn't say it's F tier. If you're talking about these major league playoff sports, the ranking between 1 and 4 for all of them is like a test when someone got a 93, someone got a 90, someone got a 89, and someone got an 87. Like, none of them are that far apart from each other. So it's personal. But hockey is definitely the best playoffs in sports. Easily the most intense. People take the most punishment. Most physical sport, for sure, is hockey. Football is second most physical. Basketball is third most physical. Baseball would be easily last most physical.
In there for strike 1. Varitek leads off second with nobody out. To the right side. Clement over to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Honus Wagner up next for the Red Sox. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here. You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
That one's in there. Strike 1.
We got a power streak here from Honus Wagner. Let's go.
And they take the lead. It's 4-2. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
We weren't sure it would ever land, and 460 feet later, it finally did as we get a look at StatCast.
Well, StatCast was invented for home runs just like this one, and he had some ridiculous bat speed on that swing, man. Everything was synced up. The backspin was incredible, and that's why it went a long, long way.
One down. Hank Aaron up next for the Red Sox. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Green sizes this one up, and there's 2 away.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
At the plate, Ted Williams. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Hauls it in to end the inning. 2 runs for Boston on the home run. It's now 4-2. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back. Start of the 6th.
I don't know, man. That's hard to even.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
That's hard to even like quantify. Like you have to define straight. Yeah, there's so many different like styles of hair. Like define straight or wavy. If I had to guess, I'd go wavy. But I mean, who knows? That's just a guess. That's a 50-50 shot guess there, right there. That's a coin flip. Fairly nice. Who am I going to warm up for when my pitcher's going to come out? He's not fully healthy. A little different.
Was given a double, no error on 4, he stands at second base.
5.
You had to try to climb the mountain down 10-1.
Yeah, no, I see where you're going with that. I don't know. I try not to. The people are. This ain't like 1300. You know what I mean? Like everybody's all mixed together now too. Like I'm the only one out of the 4 people in my immediate family that have straight hair. My dad's got like curly hair that goes back. My mom's got curly hair. My brother's got curly-ish hair. And I got straight hair. So I mean, people are. I mean, I'm 50% Italian or Sicilian, whatever you want. It's technically Sicilian, but most people would say that's the same thing as Italian. So, however, whatever you want to call that, I'm 25% Hungarian, 20% German, and 5% French. So, you know, people are like all mixed around nowadays. So, it's not like most people are 100% something. So, you never know. I never try to assume stuff about people.
We're a Red Sox fan.
Why did he do that?
Followed your lead on that?
Oh, what was the reason though? Like, was there any reason?
That's in for a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Gotcha. Maybe he was like chasing down a loose ball and like missed it and like just ran up the steps or something.
Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of
that almost sounds like it could have been painful. Hopefully he's all right.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's some real power at the plate. Jose Bautista, outside low, ball 1. With the tying run at the plate, and we're the top half of the 6th.
That's good. They have any word on Donovan Mitchell?
Man at second. Swing and a miss. 99. How do you do?
1 and 2. The count.
Swings and misses. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
Dude, if you can set up a good 2-strike splitter with the fastball on the previous pitch, it's going to be so tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
Delgado up for the 3rd time and takes ball 1. The 1-0. Fouled off.
So not a long-term thing. All right.
Guerrero.
That's cool for Cleveland.
That's down and in. Close, but called the ball. And now 3-1.
3-1.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
Like the color combo? Like the blue or the white or the red? Wow.
That's a good bat right there. He was down early.
I see how it is.
Works the walk.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood
The
today.
left fielder, Anthony
2 on, 1 out. So up next for Toronto, Anthony Santander, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
I think you're just jealous, Caden. Because we got the Sox swag.
And a strike.
There it was, a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter.
So one things True. He's got a lot more money than me, so he can buy all the chains and stuff. One thing I do before the games, whenever I play a team before the first time, is I always update their equipment to make it look like the most realistic. Like sometimes they have people's they have people wearing Adidas's who haven't worn Adidas from like 3 years ago. So I'll put on their like Bichette wears the Nike Alpha Huarache 4s. So like I make them look just like his shoes he wears in real life. So I try to make it look as realistic as possible. With the Legends, I kind of pick like my favorite look for the Legends because sometimes they have multiple looks. Well, like with the current players, I try to make them look as realistic as possible. But not everything's possible. Like Bichette, like his elbow guard and his shin guard, they're both supposed to be white, I think, full white, with the logo, cyan or teal, whatever you want to call that, and the like outside of it purple, but you can't change the logo color on those. So that stinks. So I kind of just flipped it. I left the logo white and I made the rest of it that teal color. So.
Disrupt the itch and rash at eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvo.
Let's see if I can get out of this inning here.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking.
This is Randy Johnson's last guy.
2-2 now. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Vladdy coming around third.
Who could throw? Oh no! I thought it was a good throw.
It's 4-3.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch
Damn.
scoring it back.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations.
What are you talking about?
Clutch if you want.
This is offline.
Speaks for itself. First and second, 2 outs.
Alright, we gotta go.
He's already homered in this game.
Back there at Fenway Park, the Red Sox manager Alex Cora. His major league debut. What are you seeing in him?
Good fastball, good command.
Oh, the commercial in the Red Sox game. You can challenge, and if you win it, you keep your challenge. Depends on the inning you're in too. Like, you get a certain amount of challenges before a certain amount of innings. They don't let me do any challenges though in this mode. What am I putting in here? Okay, so hold on, I gotta focus here. I want.
Don't get it to former teammate who's won 10 gold gloves and it's just a machine, anything hit right at him.
The answer, by the way, to Cora's question, the throw from Brady was 90.7 miles an hour. And then our buddy Jordan Walker on his throw to third was 90.1 miles an hour. Okay, Jordan.
Why? What happened? Like he got ran over or something?
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox.
Oh damn! Hopefully he's all right.
Won't go any further.
Maybe a broken nose.
Closed on him yet, as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the Red Sox.
Lee Smith gets handed the rock out of the pen.
48.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Yeah, dude, he's crazy. I like John Morant, but he needs to focus up. Like, bro, like, just don't throw your future away. Like, I don't know. I'm not worth millions, so I don't know what to say, but I like him. I like him as a player.
Check out the latest news from around the league.
The designated hitter, Manny Ramirez.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Green makes the play, and a quick out, number one. And now. It's going to be David Ortiz.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch.
I tried to squeeze a little bit more out of Randy Johnson than I normally do. Gave up an extra run because of it. He's got about 90 stamina, so I usually let him throw about 90 pitches. I let him throw 97. But he'll be all right, but his performance drops off. All pitchers' performance drop off when they get tired.
Right through there for a strike.
Look at me when I was in center field. A wild league was pitching.
And he reinvented himself.
You should get it and try it. Why not? They got like a free trial or like a free weekend you can play it or something.
Good job to fight that one off. Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Why? What's going on with the PlayStation?
And stepping in for Boston, Willie Mays. He's already homered here in this one. That's inside.
That's the ball.
Do you turn it off, or do you leave it on sleep mode? PS4 or PS5? I feel like my PS4 used to make weird noises at the same time. Like you said, I feel like when my PS4 was off, it sometimes made weird noises like that. But I never had any issues on the PS5. Oh, PS5? Well, maybe it's because it's doing an update. If you leave it in rest mode, it can update apps and stuff while it's in rest mode. So maybe it's making a noise because it's drawing a little bit more power or something.
Stepping in for Boston, Andres Jimenez. Both 2 in this one. Just missed.
I mean, that's good for certain situations. Like, you don't gotta wait. I always turn it off. So the thing is, I'm scared that if I leave it in rest mode, and then, like, the power goes out or something, like we get a big storm and the power goes out, and then that power surges back on when the power comes back on, I'm afraid it's going to damage the PS5 or something. So I always turn it all the way off so that way it can't power surge fully back on. So I just don't want it to get fried. I'm just afraid it'll get fried like that.
That one misses.
I mean, the PS5 doesn't take long at all to boot up. I mean, it's quick. I press the button. It takes like what, a minute? Not a minute. 30 seconds. Like this stuff is quick. Maybe it needs to be cleaned out. Do you remember I was having issues with mine? When was that? In November or something? Do you remember when I was telling you about that? Remember I lost 2 games of Madden because it just shut off on me all of a sudden? I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, but I don't need to save 30 seconds, bro. Like, 30 seconds is fine. I can just hit the beep on the controller, hit the button. I can sit down, and then it ain't that long. It's not like I gotta time to knit a sweater or something.
Pop up here, third base side. Jimenez gets under it, brings it in, and there's one in.
Scary seeing a game where
Nah, it can't be that long. It don't take that long when I turn it on from regular. So I don't know. It can't be that much worse.
It could have been a really bad situation.
And that one fouled off.
Now, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
Next offering upstairs. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And that one lifted in the air center field. Mays has it sized up. Brings it in. 2 down.
The right fielder.
I don't know if I've ever played 2K.
So up next,
Like, I maybe have played it once or twice, but
Singy, you gotta appreciate a guy who's this good defense.
yeah, hold on.
I mean, watching
I can show you.
the outfield, it is beautiful.
I struggled so hard to find those controls on NHL.
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
And that is downstairs. Now 3-1. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid.
Well, that right there could end up being a big walk.
I mean, anything's easy if you master it, but it depends on your difficulty setting and stuff too. Like baseball is a thinking game, just kind of like Madden. Like you can't just throw fastball, fastball, fastball all down the middle. Sometimes you got to throw fastball up and in. Sometimes you got to throw fastball down and away. Sometimes you got to throw. You can't. You don't always want to throw strikes either. If you're always throwing strikes, then they can always swing, and they know it's going to be in hopefully an okay spot for them. Sometimes you want to throw the ball out of the zone. Sometimes you want to throw them a curveball. You got to throw them change up. You got to. It's a whole learning curve when you're learning to pitch the first time. Pitch out. That's throwing the ball way outside the zone and like almost in the other batting box. Like if you know your opponent's going to steal, it gives your catcher a really good shot to throw the guy out. So you're pretty much throwing the ball straight to the catcher. Like it would be right to my catcher's left right now, or that would be like technically my catcher's right, but to the left of the screen in that left batter's box where the batter's not standing, he would pretty much throw it fast over there to the catcher so the catcher could throw the guy out at second base if he thinks he's stealing.
Go back to that interview Eddie did with Brendan Donovan.
Let's go back to 2021.
Guerrero stands in here, takes ball one low.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's going to.
That's another thing you can do to. Damn. So I should have just picked him off at first there. So if I would have tried picking him off at first, then I might have been able. I would have thrown the ball to the first baseman, and maybe got that guy out instead of letting him steal.
Two down.
But you can only try to pick a guy off twice during an at-bat. So otherwise you're delaying the game. It's one of those pace of play rules they initiated a couple years ago.
In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. And that one upstairs.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
And that's in for a strike. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Well, he's won more World Series in the last since we've been doing this, so I guess I'd have to tip the cap to him there. He's won 4 total World Series since 2014, and I've won 3, and the computer's won 4. So, although since I got the PS5 in 2020, I've won 3, and he's only won 1. So there was a time period where I didn't have any.
In the air, left field, Santander.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Number 1 on the grab.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
The batter, number 11, shortstop,
And next for the Red Sox, Ozzie Smith. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. That one a little bit high, and it's 1-0.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Celebrate customer appreciation.
No, AL is the Oh, AL is the American League, so they're showing the leaders right now in the American League for batting average. So it's like the East and the West in the NBA. It's the American League and the National League. It's not location basis. They're just two different leags. So like it's like the NFC and AFC. That would be a better comp because it's not location based. So NFC and AFC pretty much. American League and National League.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's out number 2.
The batter,
Now
number
here's
3.
the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Honus Wagner. Can't forget the 2-run shot he launched out of here in the 5th.
Yeah, one of the biggest swings of the game, Boog, as he looks to make even more of an impact in this at-bat right here.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike. 0-1.
Target the source of pain with non-steroidal.
Most people don't hit from this view because it's hard. But there is one advantage to hitting from this view. The one advantage is you can see, like right now, he's holding his 2 fingers along, either across the seams or along the seams, so it's a fastball. Well, a sinker. Sinker's a fastball of a sort. So it's a sinking fastball. So you can kind of tell by the grip, if you're paying attention to the pitcher's fingers, what kind of pitch he's throwing. So like, I could have just told you that was a fastball, but I was too late. But pitchers all have scouting reports. Like this guy throws a slider, a fastball, and a sinker. So a fastball and a sinker are two hitting. Sorry, a fastball and a sinker are both 2 fastballs. The one has like a slight downward movement, and the 4-seam fastball is more of a straight pitch. The slider, he'll put both his fingers kind of together, and it'll go more.
That he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
So this is a slider. See how he's got his fingers like that?
In the dirt, ball 3. On a line out towards center. Varsho pulls it down, and that is that.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Matt Strom.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading off for
down the third baseman, Jose Bautista. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Yeah, he could have ran that down for sure. Or he did ran that down. I mean, it could have fell in the gap if he didn't run that down. Yeah, I can't even talk right. I'm messing up all my words right now.
Swing and a high fly ball. That one out towards left center field, way back there. And it hits off the monster as the tying run is forced to stop at second.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it. And now a crucial opportunity to tie up this game with another base hit.
So the tying run in scoring position now. Delgado will hit next. Outside, ball. That one outside. Ball 1. Inside, just missed. With the tying run at second, and we're in the top of the 8th. Yeah, that's fouled off. Swung on, belted. Carrying well. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Runner tags at second, not in time.
I wonder what way the wind is blowing.
Stands at third with one out.
Not that it makes too much of a difference, but I should check.
Here comes Anthony Santander.
Oh, no wonder that almost carried out 10 miles an hour out towards right center field.
Big spot. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Home plate umpires try to tighten things up.
That's 50-50. Oh, dang. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't have anything against the Knicks, so depending on who they play, I'll be rooting for them. I'll root for them against Cleveland. I'll root for them against, I'll root for them against, it's a tough part of the lineup here. How gone is,
well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time.
I'm watching all kinds of stuff and trying to listen.
Duran does still great.
Dang, I wanted Duran to get on base and then steal. I didn't want him to get all the way to second.
A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
1 down. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays.
It's like his confidence will swept up. Devers, get out. Hit the wall. No. I was about to cash my home run bet. It was so close.
And that one's a little bit low. And that's ball 1. Strom, an all-star a season ago. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and occasionally uses a cutter. The lefty, the 1-0. Strom, maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, pitchers, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. On the ground, Wagner. And Bichette is retired. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
No, partner, every pitcher's a little different.
So see how he did that mound visit? His confidence went way back up.
Like I said, I kind of do what it takes
So that was
to get you
good.
on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's...
Oh, now this one's high.
And that wasn't good. Dead center. Oh, I just got out too. 399.
Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tack one on the board. It's 6-4.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
Base is empty with 2 away. And now it's Dalton Varsho. 0 for 3 in this one.
Oh, they're not a bad team. I mean, the guy who hit a home run against me
without leaving DirecTV.
Santander's got mad power. Last year in real life, he hit 44 home runs.
Tell me, how does DirecTV...
Batista's a legend, so he's got 98 power against the righty and 98 power against the lefty. He's got 345 career home runs. That was his first of the year when he hit one against me. He had a 50 home run season. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not as talented as my team or my brother's team, but they're not a bad team.
Inside, almost got him.
This has been a rough inning, but sometimes you just got to work through it. Save the rest of that.
Nah, that's the only thing we put on auto.
Stop the bleeding.
We put the scouting on auto.
Nobody on. And a swing and a miss.
You can if you want, but there's a lot of stuff to do in GM mode, like waivers, transactions. You have your lineup, your pitching rotation. You have your AAA team. You have your AA team. You have all your trades, your free agents, your contracts. So we don't do scouting.
Out to short, Smith. The throw to first. That's the third out. But 2 round trippers in this inning.
Well, I have 2 innings to make a comeback and score 2 runs to tie it up.
Now at 6-4. It's Major League. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jimmy Garcia.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And now here is Hank Aaron. Right through there for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Jeff Hoffman, the anchor of the staff, is getting ready to close this one out. Green getting cranked up as well.
Oh. 1-1.
Next pitch is outside.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
That one ripped. And it bangs off the monster. Around first and hustling for second. The throw to second is offline.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Ted Williams now at the plate. Swinging a foul out of play.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dives and it gets by. Here comes Hammer and Hank around third. The throw is offline and he's in to score. And it's a 1-run game.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are really...
That was a blooper. Sometimes they say it's better to be lucky than good. That was not a good hit. The one before was a great hit from Hank Aaron, but this is not a blooper. This is one of those, they call them, in baseball lingo, they call this a lawn dart. You just kind of hit underneath it instead of hitting through the baseball. You kind of hit underneath it, but it's got just enough power to get past the infield. And this left fielder, Santander's got a lot of power as a batter, but he's not a great fielder. Doesn't have great speed. He almost got to it, but.
So just kind of put it out. Something like, I do not know who this is. Well, I wasn't born yet. Like, I don't know.
Manny Ramirez. Looks like we've got a substitution at second. Entering is the pinch runner, Pete Crow Armstrong. Swings and misses. And that is strike one. With the go-ahead run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. So the tying run at second.
That's the ball. 1-1.
That's sure. Oh, third, baby.
Are you getting off? I thought you wanted to see the controls when I was done. I guess you can look them up. You can. I'm sure you can YouTube it. Someone's probably got that posted.
Tap foul to play. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Next to hit, David Ortiz.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
That one's upstairs, ball one. Man at second. Missed inside with the curve. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Willie Mays in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4 to a board.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
And stepping in for Boston, Willie Mays. You gotta feel like there's a pretty good chance this game is gonna turn on one swing. Substitution now at first base. And here's the pinch runner, Connor Wong.
Connor Wong.
And there's the strike.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire row.
Two on, 1 out. Fastball is outside.
That's a really good take. Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
And just misses with that one.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
2-2 now. Popped up. And the infield fly rule call.
Infield fly rule in effect.
Now batting, Third baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Jimmy Garcia gives way, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Jeff Hoffman.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
So stepping in for Boston, Andres Jimenez. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Fought off foul. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. And a good eye there.
Tough take right there. He swings at that more often than not.
That one just misses.
Sometimes you got to fight to get back into an at-bat. Take some tough pitches, even out the count.
That misses. 3-2 now.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Deep breath, he's ready, and he fires. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And they're all loaded up.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
So bases all loaded up. Barrett, the next to hit.
This is a big spot for a big-time player.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
0-1.
So they're all loaded up. Next pitch is outside. And that is out of play. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Now into the ball game on defense, Pete Crow Armstrong. He'll be out in left field.
Number 52.
Also into the ball game, Connor Wong. He takes over as the new first baseman.
Now pitching.
So they turn to their closer, Dennis Eckersley.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Number 12, Connor Wong.
And now the catch. Comes up to him, Christian Bethancourt. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just gonna have to tip your cap on that
pull. 0-2 now. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back-to-back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
That one to first. It's in and out of his glove, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Pitch in the dirt, 2-0. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And it's fouled away. Two outs. Just off the outside edge.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
That's the third. Sends it across the first, and Guerrero is set down. And the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. And 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 9th. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Red Sox 5. Back here at Fenway, and now the shortstop, Ozzie Smith.
So important to stay within yourself, especially for this hitter. Not known to be a power guy or a home run hitter. He needs to set the table by getting on with a walk or a base hit.
Hoffman back to work. The shortstop takes the ball. That one finds the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
That's inside. And it's 2-1. There's a strike at the knees. One-run game, bottom 9. Fights it off. He'll see another. That one to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
That's why you hug the lines on the corners late in the ball game like this. Positioned perfectly.
He's 2 outs away. Here's the second baseman, Honus Wagner. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. There's a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Trying to close out a 1-run lead. And the home team trying to pull it out. Swing and a tapper. On to first. And they got him.
You want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Last out for the Red Sox in this one. Hank Aaron up next for the Red Sox. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Outside, ball.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
And that's outside. And that's ball 3.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove one either.
And fouled off. A 1-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Next offering is in for a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
The Red Sox down to their final strike. Swing and a high fly ball left field, pretty well struck. And it's off the Green Monster. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there. Down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
So runner at second, 2 down. And next for the Red Sox, Pete Crow Armstrong. Came into the game as a pinch runner. This is his first trip to the plate in this one.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. When you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it. But this is where they earn their keep.
That is upstairs for ball 1. Trying to keep the game alive here in the bottom of the 9th. Slider for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
On the ground to first. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time to think about it before he went back out to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Nonetheless, outstanding job to get the save and secure the win for his team.
6-5 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Yo.
Shipped in no time, and
Just saving the game here.
They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a.
Bro, you know why.
I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore, and I.
It doesn't matter where you work. If you're stuck
I wish I could, like, voice to chat emojis. I would send eye roll emoji right now.
So invest in the best.
Bro, bro.
Your well-being. Shop our sale and make
I know exactly what you said. Bro, you you want to act like a child, you get put in timeout like a child.
Talking stats.
So, I guess 1 minute timeout was not enough, so you get 5 minutes. The stream won't even be that long now, but timeout.
All the action all in one place. This place.
ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN. Sign up today and receive $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 bet.
You never want to lose your edge.